I'm a dancer. But I actually am. I was being silly. Cheers. Thank you for hopping into my medicine bag, baby. Come on, let's unpack. My name is Nasra. My pronouns are they, them. Salamu alaykum. So grateful to have you on this Aries full moon, Hunter's moon, a lot of other cosmic ratata happening. But I always make it around moon time. New moon, full moon. So happy to be here, baby. We are going to get right into it. Spirit, friends, and family, the Most High, I ask that you share this experience of channeling what is most necessary for our beautiful, bountiful, babylicious collective, for all those you have chosen to come across this video in divine timing. I ask that you keep me compassionate, clear, and concise for the highest good. Y'all love all involved. Ashe, 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 ashe. I'm just clearing the cards, girl. Clearing the cards. Hi, y'all. I just had a little bit of a wild time getting even started, but we're here. I think there's something really vulnerable about being on the internet and sharing, especially your spiritual gifts on the internet, in unconventional ways, accessing spirituality in ways that fall outside of them seeing like the Hierophant card tradition. So that feels relevant for the time. Aries is baby, Aries is first out the gate, and that means you don't always have a reference point. You get me? So, welcome to that time of honoring risk and the leap. And we always talk about personal authority. In my house, in this medicine bag, all the medicine is there to support you in choosing you. Your most loving you, your most wholesome you. And by wholesome, I mean literally whole, not just like traditionally the things that people would deem as wholesome. There's room for the dark and the dirty in there too, all right? That's what I'm praying for y'all. Relationship to your shadow, relationship to your insecurities in a way that is like as neutral as possible, so that you can engage with them. Emotionality as a triple, quadruple Pisces. I know how to be moody. And moving with the flow of emotions from an observant, compassionate standpoint allows for us to like be with those ickier parts. Like earlier, I was like, girl, you are hyper fixating on what you look like right now. And I think it had less to do with even like physical insecurities, which in the past it might have been, but more so, I'm in a different space. I'm in a beloved sister girls space right now, and I have spoken a little bit about being nomadic, homeless, on either sides of that coin, throughout my life and for the last few years. So it has taught me how to, it has pushed the boundaries of what home feels like, especially in my body. Again, feels relevant for the collective. but now it's kind of extended into just like, can I access a sense of restfulness when I'm doing something that does require export, does require output. There might be some hesitation right now around, or some again, protectiveness around how much can I afford to give, I'm hearing, and wanting to make sure I'm super comfortable and that everything is the way I need it to be. Sometimes that, and was starting to like pull me into discomfort, like trying so hard to make myself comfortable was taking away from me just like chilling the fuck out and embodying like being comfortable already. So yeah, just starting the reading and being like, I'm just choosing that I'm comfortable. And as a chronically ill, like disabled person, when so much of your comforts are taken away, I'm also hearing this for multiply marginalized people, when so much of your comforts are taken away constantly, the attachment to feeling like I need this, because you fight for it so much, when you get it, there is of course a sense of like, fuck yeah, we got our need met. And sometimes that need is still not going to be met, but do I have to engage with it in a way that is like, but I'm fucked if I don't have it? Where does that rigidity, and this is maybe less about the needs and more about the comforts I'm hearing, because I'm also learning that my needs are non-negotiable. So yeah, I am fucked without it. And like recognizing that, because there's so many different times where I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, no, yeah, no, bitch. You need that. Oh my god. So there might be some like push and pull around what that kind of sense of like boundary of like, this is a need, and even if it's something that I need on this day, the next day, is it more of a comfort? Can I release and be a little bit more flexible so that I can be very clear about when it is a need and it's non-negotiable? You kind of need to practice both sides, letting go and like standing on. My best can look different every day. My best will look different every day. As an ADHDer, when I was told be the best you can be, I took that literally. I said the best I can be. They didn't say the best you that you can be. They just said the best you could be. I took that shit literally. And I was like, if I'm gonna do anything, it's gotta be the best, and it's gotta be my like, and that the barometer of what I was like basing that on was always in relation to an external source, a grade, an award, accolade, a lead role, what have you, So again, going back to this Aries energy of self-determination, I determine what the best looks like today, in this hour, in this class, even if I'm taking multiple classes, my best in this class is not gonna be my best in the other class. They're not, because I'm hearing, like, again, this was a reading Capricorn season 2 years ago, I think, a Capricorn moon reading, where I said, Yalla, I said there might be you can be at different stages of you can be at different stages in different parts of in different aspects of your life. One area of your life is you're feeling like boss man, I know what the fuck I'm on, I know what. It's okay to have another aspect of your life be like, why do I feel like a baby child, useless garbage? When I'm trying to engage with this part of my life, what the hell is that? They're saying, like, it's something I said to my friend yesterday, where it's like, you're standing as like a lineage of you from 0 to however old you're about to be. And like right now I'm talking to like the 38-year-old one, but like the 7-year-old and the 12-year-old and the 98-year-old and the 40-year-old and they're all existing, just like if you were to like fan them out like a little rainbow of you. It would just be all in one, and you put it back together and it's like still one nigga. There are different aspects of you. There's a part of you, they're saying, that you can call on, that you might not have access to right now, but they're offering this, like, if wherever it exists within me, the confidence to pursue XYZ, I call on you now. I call on you, the part of me that is fully confident in. I call on you, the part of me that is fully excited. Because it doesn't even have to be that you're confident. Sometimes, nigga, you be excited, that's enough. Get me in, put me in. I don't care. I don't care how much I know or I don't. I'm not even thinking about that. I just want to play. I call on the part of me that has studied this. I call on a part of me that has really great support to explore this. I call on me, if you're in a space where you're like, I want to take this leap, but I don't have the environment, the crew, the team. I call on the part of me that has the team, that works amazingly with the team. I call on the part of me that balances my books like no other. I call on the part of me that is the revolutionary political analyst, strategist, environmental, magician. I call on the leader, the part of me, like, it's giving Avatar Last Airbender when he goes into the temple for like of his lives, and they show him like it's like a staircase, winding up, winding, of all of the people that he's been and all of the lives that he's lived and all of that, and that's on. Even if you don't believe in reincarnation, you can see it as a prism. If you the human soul is a prism. It's got many a different aspects, and it is our gift and our duty in this life, indigenously speaking, to explore those fractals and give them our attention. And so even if you're just thinking about the lineage of who you are to be in this life, you can pull on that, but you could also expand past time, space, dimension, and call on the infinite, which I highly recommend. Even though when you're calling on yourself, you are calling on the infinite. just holding that in your space, because with Aries energy, I said this in a couple of readings ago, but is the seed, right? So it is the tiniest version of itself, but it's still has everything that it's ever going to be within it. Okay? Can we, for a moment, just believe in practice, using our own voice? I have a workshop that I think I want to bring back soon. It's called I Call My Name in the Dark. Call my name in the dark. And it's a bit of theater, it's a bit of poetry, it's a bit of creative writing, oral storytelling, a workshop, little bit of health, affirmation building workshop, class. I'm supposed to call it a class. I just heard my best bitch Kofi call it a class because it's a class. I'm gonna bring the class back, but it's essentially using our names, the practice of saying our names, literally out loud, literally say your name. I am. My name is. We literally say our names with a whole bunch of different prompts, but it's a way to kind of activate the bridge, the path, that is to ourselves during moments of, particularly this class is based on crisis, which I don't know if any of y'all or if any of y'all are there. I don't know if anybody's having like a hard, just a little kind of rough time, like a little bit right now. I don't know. Like, I'm just not sure. I don't. So, drop a little yes please, a little snake emoji in the comment, if you want to see that class. It's really fun and it gets a little campy, but I think it's really important, again, now more than ever, that we build a relationship back to our knowing, our intuition, and our higher, wider, juicy, full selves that we might not be able to see right in front of us, but that exist and that just need a little attention and intention to be activated, to wake up, wake it up. We're here to wake it up. You see how I didn't pull one card, not one. We're not gonna go super wild long today, but I'm a channeler through and through. So, if any of that, alright, spirit friends and family, resonated, comment, like, subscribe, get this little indigiqueer out into the world so that this message can reach all who it is meant to reach. The Aries is the internal collective. Who can really be out here making moves like Aries, saying things like Aries, doing things like Aries, and not like have some connection to community somewhere? It's just on the inside. Aries got the village on the inside. And the actions that you can take, at this point I'm just shuffling the cards so that I can keep channeling. So if I pull some out, I'll pull some out. But because the behavior of like a child that takes risks and makes bold decisions and also responds with the like collective in mind. I don't think Aries gets that part of their whatever, je ne sais quoi. It's very like self. But if we're thinking about the zodiac being and everything being a spiral, nigga, that Aries is right next. Who's the sign before, baby? Two fish, one swimming upstream, one swimming down in the what? Get the thing, the incense burn, smoke unfurled, analog girl in a digital world, flower, zip deep dive, zip deep dive. Aries is all up in that. Right next to her. Pisces being the energy that is all primordial ooze of it all. And the next form, the next step in that evolution for Pisces, for this cyclical being, the next step is just going back to one. You know, there's something about coming back to studentship, coming back to inner child. They will always make an appearance in every reading I have. The inner child, the aspects of us that moved without the weight of societal programming. There's a returning if you wanna. There's a returning to being able to see the dichotomy of your shadow, of your light, to see to sit with the aspects that you're unfamiliar with. When somebody tells you something about yourself that you didn't really all too much know, but it like rings true, and you have that little freaking freaky little moment where you're like, ew, 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 slow your roll. Not too much. Those moments, being able to be the fish that's swimming downstream, swimming upstream, and then into one, back into the seed. The trust that it takes, the kind of surrender that it takes. I'm seeing like a lot of people meeting new people to like reintroduce yourself after you spend some time in that seed, just to reintroduce yourself to yourself. What? What? And that might mean deciding that it could be different this time, is what I'm hearing. Might it be different this time? The color green, heart chakra. Ring the alarm. I've been through this too long. I'll be damned if I see another dick on your arm. Okay, whoa. Yup. Yeah, teenage interest, teenage genius. I'm seeing Tiana Taylor, because she choreographed that fucking video at 15 years old. This energy of somebody who was talking, I think she was talking about it, but she was like, oh yeah, I just walked in like, okay, because Beyonce wanted to learn chicken noodle soup, which was one of my favorite dances as a youth. But Tiana being like, yeah, I was just on it. Like, I Beyonce came to learn this. I had to be on it. And I remember she was like, I remember Beyonce being like, oh yeah, she was impressed that I just came in telling people what to do. She's like, oh, she's here to work. And there's that kind of audacity that comes, especially around that 15, because yeah, you're developing a sense of personal right and wrong, and why, and what you fuck with is like really at the center of who you are at that age. The friends you have, the music you're listening to, your special interests, because that's your job, really. Hopefully. A lot of people are going through a lot of other crazy shit, trying to stay alive, trying to stay safe, trying to eat, trying to... So I'm hearing like, there it is. For a lot of us that didn't get as much time in the world of our imagination or creativity or fun or play or teenagehood or childhood even, this is like a second coming. They're saying, for those of you that were like busy with survival during the ages where you were just meant to be cared for and run around, and I'm hearing especially if you were taking care of siblings, if you were taking care of bills, you had to work, you were balancing work and getting a car and taking care of parents, and you know, keeping people. I'm hearing like legal matters, dealing with like government stuff, things that are just again above what should have been the responsibility. I'm hearing this again in that lineage of you. Can we give that kid today, tomorrow, the next day, a moment where they're not simply busy with survival? Can the older version of them, your present self, and even if it's not your present self, bitch, like you in 15 years, you in whatever, whenever you think you might be a little bit more stable, that you're calling in, I call it in for you today, on today, Ashe. But again, accessing that version and being like, yo, I'm gonna need you to tap in real quick to let this little nigga like go play outside, or like choreograph this dance and like go to sleep and like be tucked in and like be fed and not have to figure that out and not have to run around outside to do this or do that. Like kind of tapping in that version of you. Be like, because I want to play right now. And so that might mean like it's not just up here in the woo-woo. That might mean I'm going to call somebody. I'm going to text a friend. I'm going to say I need help with this. I'm going to put on some music so that I can wash my ass. I'm going to, take some extra deep breaths, mandatory, before I step into work, so that I like know for myself somebody's here. I'm not just mindlessly disassociating, even though I love a dissociation in various amounts, As much as I know that it's a natural response to a lot of things, I also know a lot of the world is actively trying to keep me dissociated and separated from my body. So I also need to focus on implementing a structure where I can do that. I learned about this thing called habit stacking, where you take a habit that you already do, whether intentionally or even think unintentionally. Think on, see if something will come up. But like brushing your teeth, if you want to add a habit onto that, that it has something to do with, I don't know, working out, do a couple calf raises while you're brushing your teeth. Every time you brush your teeth, calf raises. They go together now. You get me? How can you add it onto something you already know you're going to do you're gonna eat today. When you eat, we're gonna I don't know, take a handful of breaths before or after. You don't have to restart everything. Add to what you have. The seed already has everything it's ever gonna need and ever gonna be. It's there. We just look into the habits that are there, see what we want to pair them with moving forward. I really am not pulling any of these cards. Yeah, 10 of Wands in reverse. We love to see her in reverse. Dropping those mental burdens around, am I doing this right? What will people think? How much is it gonna cost? I'm hearing something else around like, will it even work or will it succeed? These are all questions that get in the way of making it happen, choosing to just be comfortable. At the beginning, when I said you're trying to do all these things to make sure you feel comfortable, da-da-do-da-da-da, when meanwhile, all you needed to feel comfortable was actually just start doing the thing. So just trust that it'll be there. That if you forget a couple things, that somebody else is going to be there with those exact couple things. And this is true Scout's honor. The trip that I was just on in Ontario. Yeah, I had a friend that was staying with us in the Airbnb. The Airbnb I was staying with, the people I was working with, and their friends, so it was chill. But a few different things I knew I really needed and I didn't bring, and I was like, ugh. But no, so you're not gonna travel. You know what it was? I'm not even gonna lie. This is how serious I am about my shit. I was gonna travel with lemons. Because I was like, I don't know if I want to go to the grocery store when I get there, and I'm gonna want lemons immediately. Guess who had multiple lemons and lemon juice when I got there? Yeah. And that happened like 2 other times with 2 other things where I was like, I didn't, and it doesn't make any sense because they're so important to me. Why didn't I? And I said, because it ain't always gotta be you. And if you're a black bitch watching this, to believe that, ya Allah, something. That's something else. To believe that. But I want you to base believing that can be the case, that you just show up and the things that you need or that you forgot will be there, will be provided by some way, shape, or form. That you can show up and not be the only one bringing the good energy. That you can show up and not be the only one that is gonna pipe up and say something when some shit's awry. When some people are making some weirdo, disgusting comments. That you're not going to be the only one to uphold the morality, the peace in the room. That this time it could be different. I want you to believe in that. Not based off just some, that's the world I want to believe in. I want you to believe in that because you created that world already in every single one of those rooms. You've already manifested the rooms that you would thrive in every time you changed up, improved, uplifted a room that wasn't that before you got there. I want you to go based off your own receipts. Even if the whole room didn't change to meet you, even if it didn't get good enough to hold you, even if you were the only person speaking up, you, by your action and your what? Self-determination, said, but I'm gonna make it that. I don't give a fuck about what happened. It probably did save everybody in that room. It probably did turn that party around. You probably did make that meeting go way smoother. You probably did support that family ratata that was going on in the house. You probably did bring that peace in the room. It probably did work. I can 99.9% from standing over here, not knowing you personally, but knowing me personally. Knowing the black bitches and the marginalized people that I know, that know what it's like to hold and alchemize, hold a space and alchemize a space. Based off those receipts, I'm thinking we probably. So based off that, and based off just what you showed you, and inner kid you, and elder kid you, and elder kid, yeah, you know, by you speaking it and choosing it, the world that you made real in that moment, that's the receipts I'm basing my shit off. And that's what I pray that you continue to base this next era of every episode. I'm talking about eras. No Taylor Swift. But I want you to base the trust that is needed to walk into a space and just believe it's gonna be good, that they're gonna have what you need, that God, the universe, is you. And so when you said it that one time and you said it that other time and you acted on it that other time, you don't think that's gonna roll up into something? So now we're here. The accumulation of all of those moments that you said, I need this to be well for me. Trust based off the work you've done, the God that you've already embodied in you. And receive. Because this is a hunter's moon. My hands got their portals open. Ready. But I know I'm receiving based off what I've given. And not only what I've given, what me existing, the gift that is. And I'm not even saying it in a superficial way, although that's not what I'm talking about. That's not all I'm talking about. Amen? I'm talking about the gift of being able to experience Allah, the universe, God, nature, creation. The gift of that is everything that's coming back. And you didn't really have to do nothing for that. You just have to agree to be embodied and go on this path, on this path, you know? We got death. We got the baby touching a butterfly. We got the elder holding the baby. Can't make this shit up. From Pisces to Aries. from beginning to end. Look at that night sky, that everythingness. Butterflies, transformation. A lot of beginnings, a lot of endings. Because they're all the same fucking thing. But we gotta move on it. We gotta move on it. Knight of Wands in reverse. Can't have an ego when you're transforming. Except for the part of the ego that is there to just be observed. That is there to be an observer. And to say, hey, I see Nasra unforming. Oh, and reforming. New habit. Old pattern. New pattern. Old habit. Anything else, Spirit? No judgment, I'm hearing. The art of becoming. I'm hearing them say, even if you have to like dramatize it, the transformation loves theater. The world is a stage. It's actually not all that serious. But the roles we play can either support our authentic needs and wants and desires, or they can keep us tethered to everybody else's. And that'll take you down a whole other kind of spiral, honey. I, nasra.adem, call back my energy, my power, my focus, my attention, my responsibility, my money, my peace, from all places they do not belong and that do not serve me, cleansed and cleared. I mean, you can repeat that to yourself whenever you need. Not with my name. To support feeling the edges of who you are, even while everybody's getting all souped up in each other. Aries is the self, and the self is multiplicitous. The self contains multitudes. I feel like I always be saying the same shit every reading, but it's in a different package. I love y'all. Ooh, I started getting a little tired at the end there. Yeah, drink some water. Enjoy this full moon. Enjoy all the work that you put in to get here, to exist as you are, as freely as you are made to be. Fuck all them haters. And anybody that thought they knew you, because the you that is emerging, girl. Let me find out, pero I love y'all. Have a good night.